society, and economics. The following narratives have been generated with artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, to set the stage and open an interchange of ideas and invite additional podcasts on society and economics. The Pillar of Progress: Individual Freedom in Economic and Political Ideologies. Introduction. At the heart of the grand tapestry of economic and political ideologies lies a fundamental principle that transcends time and borders: individual freedom. This foundational concept serves as the bedrock upon which diverse systems are built, shaping the destiny of nations and guiding the evolution of societies. The narrative of individual freedom unfolds as a powerful force, intricately woven into the fabric of economic and political thought. The birth of ideas. The roots of individual freedom as a guiding principle can be traced through the annals of human history. From the Enlightenment thinkers of the 17th and 18th centuries to the framers of modern democracies, the idea that individuals possess inherent rights and liberties emerged as a revolutionary concept. Visionaries like John Locke, Montesquieu, and Thomas Jefferson championed the notion that freedom was not a mere privilege bestowed by rulers but an inalienable birthright. Economic prosperity. In the realm of economics, the link between individual freedom and prosperity becomes evident. The free market systems, celebrated by economists like Adam Smith, Milton Friedman, and Friedrich Hayek, hinge on the belief that when individuals are given the freedom to pursue their own interests, a spontaneous order emerges. The invisible hand of the market, guided by countless individual decisions, leads to innovation, efficiency, and economic growth. The notion that individual entrepreneurs, driven by self-interest, contribute to the greater good has become a cornerstone of capitalist thought. Political philosophies. In the political arena, individual freedom finds expression in various ideologies, each interpreting and implementing it in distinctive ways. Liberal democracies emphasize the protection of individual rights against state intrusion, fostering an environment where citizens are free to express themselves, participate in governance, and enjoy the fruits of their labor. Libertarian philosophies take the concept further, advocating for minimal government interference and maximal personal freedom. Human dignity and autonomy. Central to the narrative of individual freedom is the recognition of human dignity and autonomy. The belief that each person possesses the agency to make choices about their own lives lies at the core of this principle. Whether in the economic sphere, where entrepreneurs chart their courses, or in the political arena, where citizens shape their destinies through democratic processes, individual freedom provides the canvas upon which human potential can be realized. Challenges and balances. While the elevation of individual freedom has driven progress and prosperity, it is not without its challenges. The delicate balance between personal liberty and the need for societal cohesion often sparks debates about the role of the state. Questions about regulation, social justice, and the limits of individual freedom continue to shape political and economic discourse, as societies seek to navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing world. Global perspectives. On the world stage, the narrative of individual freedom unfolds with diverse cultural nuances. Different societies interpret and implement this principle in ways that reflect their unique histories, values, and challenges. The quest for a balance between individual rights and collective responsibilities remains an ongoing journey, with nations striving to find solutions that resonate with their specific contexts. Conclusion. In the grand narrative of human civilization, the story of individual freedom stands as a beacon of hope, progress, and human potential. From the thinkers who laid the philosophical foundations to the architects of modern democracies, the idea that individual freedom is the cornerstone of both economic prosperity and political stability has shaped the course of history. As societies continue to grapple with the ever-evolving challenges of the present and future, the narrative of individual freedom remains a guiding light, illuminating the path toward a world where the rights and aspirations of each individual are respected, protected, and celebrated. Milton Friedman's Legacy: Bridging Economics and Society. Introduction. In the mid-20th century, a brilliant mind emerged in the field of economics, challenging prevailing norms and reshaping our understanding of the relationship between society and the economy. Milton Friedman, an American economist, rose to prominence with a compelling vision that advocated for free market principles and individual freedom. His teachings have left an indelible mark on economic thought and policymaking. Early life and influences. Milton Friedman was born in 1912 in Brooklyn, New York, during a time when the world was grappling with economic uncertainties. The Great Depression and the subsequent World War II shaped Friedman's perspective, instilling in him a deep appreciation for the role of markets in fostering prosperity and individual well-being. As he embarked on his academic journey, Friedman's intellectual curiosity led him to question prevailing Keynesian economic theories that dominated the era. Monetarism and the quantity theory of money. One of Friedman's foundational contributions was his development of monetarism, a school of thought emphasizing the role of the money supply in determining inflation and economic stability. His famous quantity theory of money posited that changes in the money supply directly influenced price levels, challenging conventional wisdom. Friedman argued for a steady, predictable increase in the money supply to maintain a stable and growing economy. Free markets and individual freedom. At the core of Friedman's teachings was a fervent belief in the power of free markets as engines of economic growth and individual freedom. He contended that individuals, when left to pursue their self-interest within the bounds of a competitive market, would naturally contribute to societal well-being. Government intervention, he argued, often led to unintended consequences and inefficiencies that hindered economic progress. Capitalism and social responsibility. Friedman's views on corporate social responsibility stirred debates that resonate to this day. He argued that a corporation's primary responsibility is to maximize shareholder value, asserting that this pursuit indirectly benefited society. While he acknowledged the importance of ethical behavior, he cautioned against diverting a company's resources towards social initiatives, suggesting that this would be more appropriately addressed by individuals and voluntary associations. School vouchers and education. Friedman extended his economic insights into the realm of education through his advocacy for school vouchers. He proposed that giving parents the choice to use public funds for private education would introduce competition and improve the overall quality of education. This idea, controversial at the time, has since influenced discussions on education reform and the role of government in shaping educational outcomes. Legacy and criticisms. Milton Friedman's ideas have left an enduring legacy, influencing policymakers and economists across the globe. However, his views were not without critics. Some argue that his emphasis on free markets may exacerbate income inequality and neglect the vulnerable members of society. Others question the feasibility of applying his theories in complex, real-world scenarios. Conclusion. In the tapestry of economic thought, Milton Friedman's teachings form a vibrant thread, weaving together the concepts of free markets, individual freedom, and the pursuit of economic stability. His legacy continues to shape conversations about the proper role of government, the dynamics of markets, and the intricate dance between society and the economy. Whether celebrated or contested, Friedman's ideas have undeniably left an indelible mark on the way we understand and navigate the complex web of human interactions and economic forces. Thomas Sowell, a sage of economic wisdom. Introduction. In the realm of conservative economic thought, few voices resonate as profoundly as that of Thomas Sowell. Born in 1930, Sowell's intellectual journey has taken him from the gritty streets of Harlem to becoming a leading economist and social theorist. Over the decades, his prolific writings have challenged conventional wisdom and provided a distinctive lens through which to view the complexities of society and economics. Early life and academic pursuits. Growing up in a challenging environment, Thomas Sowell experienced firsthand the struggles of urban poverty. However, his intellectual prowess propelled him to academic success. He earned degrees from Harvard University, Columbia University, and the University of Chicago, where he studied under the influential economist Milton Friedman. Sowell's early exposure to competing ideologies laid the groundwork for the development of his own unique perspective. Basic economics and unconventional wisdom. Thomas Sowell's magnum opus, Basic Economics, stands as a testament to his ability to distill complex economic concepts into accessible and understandable principles. He advocated for the power of free markets, emphasizing that wealth creation and prosperity stem from individuals making choices based on their self-interest within a competitive framework. Sowell's work challenged the prevailing notions that government intervention could consistently lead to better outcomes. Cultural and ethnic disparities. Sowell's exploration of cultural and ethnic disparities in wealth and achievement has been a cornerstone of his scholarship. Rejecting the notion of systemic racism as the sole explanation for such disparities, he delved into the role of cultural factors, historical context, and individual decisions. Sowell's controversial stance often sparked debates, but he insisted on the importance of considering multiple factors in understanding complex social issues. Intellectual diversity and critique of affirmative action. A champion of intellectual diversity, Sowell criticized affirmative action policies that he argued could perpetuate racial stereotypes and undermine the principles of meritocracy. His views on race and affirmative action invited both admiration and controversy, but Sowell remained steadfast in his belief that equal opportunities, rather than preferential treatment, were essential for societal progress. Global perspectives. Thomas Sowell's economic insights extended beyond the borders of the United States. He examined the impact of policies and cultural factors on the economic development of nations around the world. Sowell's global perspective highlighted the universality of certain economic principles and the importance of considering local context in addressing economic challenges. Legacy and impact. Thomas Sowell's legacy is marked by a dedication to rigorous analysis, clarity of expression, and a commitment to challenging prevailing narratives. While some critics argue that his views oversimplify complex issues, others praise his ability to offer alternative perspectives that stimulate critical thinking. Sowell's impact extends beyond academia, influencing policymakers, students, and those who seek a deeper understanding of the intricate dance between economics and society. Conclusion. In the grand tapestry of economic thought, Thomas Sowell's voice stands as a distinctive thread, weaving together insights drawn from a life marked by intellectual curiosity and a commitment to truth. Whether dissecting the intricacies of markets, unraveling the layers of cultural dynamics, or challenging established norms, Sowell's contributions continue to shape conversations about economics, culture, and the human experience. His journey from Harlem to the pinnacle of intellectual discourse serves as an inspiration for those who seek to understand, question, and contribute to the ever-evolving dialogue of ideas. The fragility of free speech, navigating the shadows of media control. Introduction. In the digital age, where information flows through vast networks and communication platforms, the concept of free speech stands at a crossroads. While the advent of the Internet promised a democratization of discourse, the fragility of free speech becomes starkly apparent when a select few wield unprecedented control over the conduits of information. In the shadows of media control, the cherished ideal of free expression faces new challenges that demand our attention and vigilance. The promise of the digital age. As the Internet emerged as a revolutionary force, advocates celebrated the potential for a more inclusive and diverse public discourse. Social media platforms, online forums, and digital spaces promised a marketplace of ideas where voices from all corners of the globe could contribute to the collective conversation. However, the reality has unfolded as a nuanced tale, with concerns about the concentration of media power casting a shadow over the promise of an open and free exchange of ideas. The gatekeepers of discourse. In the digital landscape, a few powerful entities have risen to the forefront, becoming the gatekeepers of online communication. Social media giants, search engines, and content platforms now hold unprecedented sway over what information is disseminated, amplified, or suppressed. The algorithms that govern our online experiences, shaped by these entities, not only reflect but also mold the contours of public discourse. Censorship and echo chambers. The fragility of free speech becomes evident when these powerful entities, often driven by commercial interests or political considerations, exert control over the narratives that permeate our screens. Instances of censorship, deplatforming, and content moderation have raised questions about the boundaries between responsible stewardship and stifling dissent. The risk of creating echo chambers, where diverse voices are drowned out in favor of homogeneous narratives, threatens the very essence of free speech. The struggle for independence. In the face of media consolidation, the struggle for media independence and alternative voices gains significance. Independent journalism, community-driven platforms, and decentralized networks emerge as crucial bulwarks against the concentration of media power. Efforts to diversify the digital landscape and empower individuals to control their online experiences become imperative in safeguarding the principles of free expression. Global implications. The fragility of free speech in the context of media control transcends national boundaries. As these powerful entities operate on a global scale, decisions made by a few can influence the information landscape for millions. Issues of content moderation, misinformation, and the imposition of cultural and political biases in digital spaces highlight the interconnected nature of the challenges facing free speech advocates worldwide. The call for regulation and accountability. The fragility of free speech necessitates a nuanced conversation about the role of regulation and accountability in the digital realm. Striking a delicate balance between protecting users from harmful content and preserving the openness of online discourse requires careful consideration. Transparent policies, user empowerment, and mechanisms for oversight become crucial components in addressing the challenges posed by media control. Conclusion. In the unfolding narrative of free speech in the digital age, the fragility of this cherished ideal when confronted by concentrated media power demands our collective attention. As societies grapple with the implications of online communication becoming increasingly controlled by a select few, the path forward involves navigating the delicate balance between fostering a vibrant marketplace of ideas and addressing legitimate concerns about harm and misinformation. Only through thoughtful dialogue, technological innovation, and a commitment to principles of openness and accountability can we hope to preserve the resilience of free speech in our interconnected and rapidly evolving world. Shackled voices, the implications of a lack of free speech on exercising individual freedom. Introduction. In the grand tapestry of human rights, few threads are as fundamental as the right to free speech. It serves as the cornerstone of individual freedom, allowing voices to echo across societal landscapes and contributing to the rich mosaic of diverse perspectives. However, when the tendrils of censorship and repression stifle free expression, the implications on exercising individual freedom become profound, casting shadows on the very essence of democratic societies. Silencing dissent. The lack of free speech erects formidable barriers to dissent, stifling the vibrant exchange of ideas that is the lifeblood of any democracy. When individuals fear repercussions for expressing opinions that diverge from the prevailing narrative, a culture of self-censorship takes root. The chilling effect ripples through society, depriving it of the critical discourse necessary for progress and understanding. The erosion of democracy. Free speech is the bedrock of democratic governance, enabling citizens to engage in informed decision-making. When this foundation is compromised, the democratic process itself faces erosion. In an environment where alternative viewpoints are suppressed, public discourse becomes homogenized, and the diversity of thought necessary for a robust democracy is replaced by a monolithic narrative dictated by those in power. Threat to personal autonomy. Individual freedom is intrinsically tied to the ability to express one's thoughts and beliefs without fear of reprisal. When free speech is curtailed, personal autonomy is under threat. The right to choose, question, and engage in open dialogue, essential elements of individual freedom, is undermined, leaving individuals shackled by the constraints of a controlled discourse. Impact on innovation and progress. A thriving society relies on the exchange of ideas, fostering an environment where innovation and progress can flourish. The lack of free speech hampers this dynamic process by stifling creativity, as individuals may hesitate to explore unconventional or controversial ideas. The society that suppresses free speech risks stagnation, missing out on the potential breakthroughs that arise from the clash and fusion of diverse perspectives. Repression of cultural expression. Free speech extends beyond the realm of politics, it is a vital force in cultural expression. The ability to express one's identity, challenge societal norms, and engage in artistic and intellectual endeavors contributes to the rich tapestry of human experience. When free speech is constrained, cultural expression is curtailed, stifling the diversity that makes societies vibrant and dynamic. Social fragmentation. The lack of free speech can contribute to social fragmentation as individuals retreat into echo chambers, insulated from dissenting voices. In an environment where dialogue is stifled, understanding between different segments of society diminishes. This fragmentation can lead to polarization, mistrust, and the breakdown of the social fabric that binds communities together. Potential for authoritarianism. A society where free speech is suppressed is vulnerable to authoritarian tendencies. When those in power control the narrative, dissenting voices are labeled as threats, and the mechanisms for accountability and transparency weaken. This concentration of power poses a grave risk to the very foundations of democratic governance. Conclusion. The implications of a lack of free speech on exercising individual freedom are far-reaching, extending into the very soul of democratic societies. It is a stark reminder that the ability to express one's thoughts, question authority, and engage in open discourse is not just a privilege but a fundamental human right. As societies navigate the complexities of the modern world, safeguarding and cherishing free speech becomes paramount, ensuring that the voices of individuals can resonate freely and contribute to the flourishing of vibrant, democratic societies. Navigating the tapestry of society and economics. In the intricate interplay of society and economics, a profound understanding emerges from weaving together the diverse threads of thought presented in the narratives. As we navigate the complexities of human existence, several key reflections can guide us toward a more comprehensive and nuanced comprehension of the forces shaping our world. 1. Embrace diverse perspectives. The richness of societal and economic discourse lies in the diversity of perspectives. Embrace the tapestry of ideas woven by thinkers like Milton Friedman, Thomas Sowell, and reflections on free speech. Recognize that each thread contributes to the complexity and depth of understanding. 2. Balance individual freedom and collective responsibility. Individual freedom is a beacon guiding us toward progress, yet it must be balanced with a sense of collective responsibility. Acknowledge the interconnectedness of our actions and choices, to strive for solutions that promote the common good while respecting individual liberties. 3. Vigilance in the digital age. As we step into the digital age, where information flows freely yet can be shaped by powerful entities, maintain vigilance. Reflect on the fragility of free speech in the context of media control, recognizing the importance of diverse, decentralized platforms to foster a truly open marketplace of ideas. 4. Critical thinking and dialogue. Cultivate the art of critical thinking. Engage in open dialogue, embracing dissenting voices and diverse opinions. Challenge assumptions, seek nuance, and foster an environment where intellectual curiosity thrives. 5. Strive for inclusivity and equity. Consider the implications of economic theories and policies on inclusivity and equity. Strive for economic systems that uplift the marginalized, recognizing that true progress is measured by the well-being of the entire society. 6. Safeguard democratic principles. Cherish the principles that underpin democracy, free speech, the right to dissent, and the accountability of those in power. Recognize that these principles are not static but must be safeguarded and adapted to the challenges of each era. 7. Embrace change and adaptability. Society and economics are dynamic, ever-evolving landscapes. Embrace change and adaptability. Learn from the past, but be open to new ideas and approaches that address the complexities of our modern world. 8. Foster empathy and cultural understanding. In the mosaic of human experience, foster empathy and cultural understanding. Recognize the diversity of narratives, acknowledging that economic and social realities vary across cultures and contexts. In the pursuit of a profound understanding of society and economics, let these reflections serve as guiding principles. As individuals engaged in the collective tapestry of humanity, we have the power to shape the narrative, to contribute threads of wisdom and compassion, and to craft a future that reflects the best of our shared aspirations. What do you think? This podcast was made possible with contributions from Seedsa.net.